coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. The 20. He will score. Touchdown, Lions. So a heck of a start to this, and we haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all. That's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice, because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, they held him completely out of the end zone, just held him to a field goal. So they're not just hoping for a repeat here. They're hoping to do it even better, a shutout.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson able to record his 5th sack of the season. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Check, man. Check, man.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll find Hall. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackle.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Come 19! Drop 50!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. There he goes, left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went in the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 offense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw here. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's #1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert, finding space at the 40.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall.
And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll look to throw. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to trot out there and try and slow them down.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Williams, a man in motion right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
names for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Hands it off out of the gun. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? Defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
He's got this complete to Williams.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
I remember pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Complete to Jameson Williams. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Jets' 20-yard line.
2nd and 4. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Blocked right from 6 yards away.
And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
But that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even go into fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Leave your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? We're nitpicking, right? Because they did get it.
It worked. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. With a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
10 yards on the pickup.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, the drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Davis on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Lions 17. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll...